Hey, what's going on? It's your guy, man. I'm back. Hey, listen. You need your ego. Let it protect you. See, if somebody was to walk up and call you a slouch, what would you say? You be like, man, get up out of here with that garbage, man. Ain't nothing slouch about me. I'm this and I'm that. I'm that and I'm this, right? That's your ego at work. Each of us has one. You know, some people's are bigger than others. You know, some people are able to max theirs or suppress theirs a little better than others. But all of us have ego. And actually, we all need it. Because throughout life, you know, people are going to make personal attacks at you. People are going to say things. You know, people are going to insinuate. People are going to try to talk bad about you. People are going to try to project fear onto you. And that's the biggest one right there. The biggest reason why we need our ego is to protect us from that projection of fear from others. Because a person who's insecure and, you know, they're not really happy with themselves or they don't have any hope for the future, they'll throw attacks at you. And it might not even be personal, but it's just to make themselves feel good because they're not doing much. So you need your ego to protect you from attacks like that. Your ego comes into play and says, hey, no, I don't care what you telling me I am. I know what I am. I know who I am. You can't tell me nothing. That's your ego at play. You need that. Your ego can actually give you the positive fuel to achieve your goals. But like anything, I talked yesterday about being selfish. Too much of anything can kill you. If you drink too much water, you can die from water intoxication. You can breathe too much air. I know that sounds super crazy, but in weird circumstances, you can breathe too much air and it can be detrimental to your health. Crazy, but true. So too much of anything can kill you. But when you have the right balance, it can propel you. You see, that ego is a reminder of what you've accomplished thus far. And believe me, if you're still breathing, you know, if you're listening to this, even if you're not listening to this, any person that's still alive today has achieved something. And that's what your ego is there to do. Your ego is there to remind you of achievements, you know, of future possibilities. That's what your ego is for. So you need it. So what happens is society, you know, they'll try to tell us that, you know, having an ego is bad. You know, be egoless. Don't have an ego. That's because they don't want you to know who you are. Because if you know who you are, you're less likely to go along with the status quo. And if you don't go along with the status quo, you're not following their program. And that could end up becoming a threat to them. And when I say them, I'm talking about the people of power, the so-called controllers of the society. Not to go too deep, but that's basically what happens. They demonize certain words. Just like I talked about yesterday, selfishness. To be selfish, to be self-centered is actually needed for a person to grow. But selfish and self-centered, those terms, you know, they're frowned upon in our society. We look at them like, I don't really want to deal with no selfish people. Yeah, you know, but you have to be a little selfish to improve yourself. It's just that you don't want to be around someone who's too selfish. You don't want to be too selfish. You don't want to be too egotistical, but you want to use your ego for the right things. That's what it's for. It's a reminder to help you out. It's protection, actually. You know, when you go out in the world and you see any person argue, they're gonna argue for themselves. I'm this, I'm that. You ain't this, you ain't that. So that's the ego at play. It's protecting them. So that's basically it, man. Let your ego protect you in this life, because people are gonna make plenty of attacks. Trust me. Even for yourself, because you have multiple thoughts, right? You can choose whether to think positive or negative about something. And I know I said that was it, but I'm gonna keep going on, because this ego thing, like, you have to understand that is for your protection. So when somebody tries to tell you, something you can't do, you gotta kick it into play. Even when you have doubts, that's when your ego comes in. You have to let your ego tell your doubtful side, hey, shut the hell up, man. Yeah, I want that piece of fried chicken, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Because I wanna look better, I wanna feel better, I wanna be better. So I'm gonna keep this one a little short. Like I said, I don't wanna keep going on. It's a Friday night. So that's pretty much it for me, man. Let your ego protect you. Don't have too much ego, but enough to know who you are and to defend yourself adequately. As always, think good things about yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. Peace and blessings. I'm out, man.